Hello, everybody. We are here basically joined by one of our very interesting personality, joined that was really powerful to it. So let us know more from his own voice. Hey, how are you?
How are you, sir?
So please tell us more about yourself and tell us what brings you to this particular topic.
Okay. So my name is Firas Al Jabi. I'm the Chief Business Development Officer at the Surplus. We are a climate tech solution, the fastest growing business network in the region. We are actually the only UNFCCC accelerated race to zero organization that is based in the MENA region, one of the 29 only globally. So, of course, these kind of summits are important. Our presence is to see where do private and government sector sitting on the discussion of the transition to a more greener society, a more greener a life that we're looking at.
Right.
What we're doing at the surplus is that we look at companies' behavior, the industry's behavior,
Right.
which accounts of around 30 to 34% of the greenhouse emissions,
Right.
which is a major reason of what companies should be concentrating on. We concentrate on these big companies, especially SMEs, that are also 90% of the global market. We look at their way of behaving with different underutilized resources.
Right.
What we mean by that is surplus material. The surplus, our founder, Rana Hajirasouli, came up with a patent methodology where it can map your underutilized resources and you start exchanging them with different companies.
Okay.
There is a lot of materials that is being taken to landfills, which can be costly and actually affecting the environment.
So you're basically saying that as a byproduct or something that industry is having the base stage, they basically you guys come in there, understand what is the waste, what are the byproducts, find out how it could minimize, and you find a purpose for different industries where they could not be able to sort of produce it from other sources.
Yes,
Is that what it is?
exactly what it is, but a more wider scope.
Why
So
means like industrial level.
industrial level and other activities that you can do to move and transition to a more green society. Like, for example, warehouse space. We know that now inflation and pricing of warehouse around the globe is very expensive. So, how does an SME or a company that would like to take a short-term lease for a space of warehouse can benefit? Is by co-sharing warehouse space or logistics, which is one of the major contributors of greenhouse emissions. So if we say a truck goes from Dubai to Abu Dhabi,
Right.
then comes back empty.
Right.
Why doesn't that truck comes back with a filled material that is being delivered through only collaboration from two different companies to come back with a material that is for the other company that is based in Abu Dhabi that is delivering in Dubai?
Right. So
Yeah.
it's basically sharing economy.
Yes.
We are trying to put a foothold in this region
Yeah.
at a very mass level, the sharing economic, you could say, rates.
Yes.
And so, how long have you been here in UAE? And what kind of challenges?
Okay, so we've been around for a year right now in the UAE. We're based here in the UAE and the UK actually. The major challenges that we found out is the business's behavior, what we call also tunnel vision.
Right.
So we've seen in the days of COVID that companies kind of got affected with the supply chain issues. So, what is the better way to actually try to be resilient and profitable than sharing your products or sharing your space or sharing even the knowledge of one of your greatest employee in the company?
I understand. I mean, it's just trying to, you need to have an understanding and there's a lot of scope towards making awareness regarding economies of scale
Yes.
and how you convince the small medium businesses
Yeah.
who are already trying to get past by not just the cost,
Yeah.
but also the competition.
Yes.
and also consumer uh, value driven products.
Yes. Yes.
So basically, you guys have sort of found a way, a framework
Yes.
that you can create all these factors
Yes.
and provide value for each other
Yes.
and everybody.
Yes. In the core of the surplus stands a very important situation, and I believe it is the core of any kind of sustainability transition, which is collaboration. Yes, competition is healthy, is good, but also when you put in the competition an element of collaboration, is when you find a vast, resilient market and an economy that can thrive. We believe that sustainability is not a luxury; it's actually a profitability standards. It's a way where you can become more profitable. Being sustainable is being resilient. It's nothing to do with all of these being green and all of that. It's how exactly companies can do the change. And why companies? Because they are one of the biggest contributors to the the emissions.
Right.
So the main purpose is to tackle these companies and SMEs to start transition with the mentality of profitability. It's not because we're gonna make you look good or
Yeah.
it's gonna sound nice.
This is
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah, exactly.
And what kind of sectors and what kind of industries will already started working?
Well, we have the beautiful thing about the surplus is that it is a multi cross industrial level. So we have companies from textile to chemical industry to services like consultants to even media companies. All of them can be a part of the sustainability. This is the good thing about the methodology that was implemented by our founder, Rana Hajirasouli, is that she found that everyone should be a part of the discussion, especially the SMEs, being the highest percentage in the economy that is available now. So this is the reason why we find that it is cross-industrial,
Nice.
and even competitors can be partners
Right.
through different materials that goes away. Let me give you an example in the chemical industry. Most of our products have a shelf life
Yeah.
of 1 year or 2 years, depending on the material. But these materials, in fact, do not get expired because of their persistency, like copper, for example, only through really years of storing it. So even in the scope of when the product is expired, it can still be used. We're not pointing out that this is the way to go, but maybe the whole mentality and methodology or mentality of the industry should change. And this is our main vision.
Very, it was very nice said.
Yeah.
We would love to continue this discussion
Sure.
further, perhaps maybe bringing some of your clients,
Yes.
some of the other prospective clients,
Yes.
partners,
Yes.
collaborators. Looking forward to that. And thank you so much. And hopefully, we might find some kind of an idea or some kind of uh, potential partner that you can look into it. Uh, Thank you for listening and we will continuing the sustainability.
Thank you.